Hey guys, it's Carter. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Now in today's video, we're going to be looking at our swing trading routine. This is by far one of the most important things a new trader should be doing is having some sort of trading routine, whether it's once a day, whether it's once a week, something. And the reason why I say this is because being prepared with trading is literally like half the battle, right? Scanning for those plays, drawing out entries, exits, risk management systems that you guys can do in the week ahead, right? I always imagine the stock market like football, right? I played football growing up. And what I mean by this is, do you think the teams going into the Super Bowl go in without an offensive playbook, a defensive playbook, a plan, an approach? No. They know exactly what their plan is. They have a playbook, they have a strategy, and you got to have that same mentality when it comes with trading. If you expect to open up your Robinhood account tomorrow and start making money and start making $10, $100 a day, I'm sorry, but it's going to be very, very, very difficult to do so. So let's talk about the trading routine that I've used. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Smash that like button, subscribe. But if you guys want to learn more about trading, check out our school. It's called the Swing Trading Masterclass. We got private live streams, quizzes, lectures, a group chat, but more importantly, we actually teach you to trade. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not alerts or anything like that. It's honest strategies that I've learned over the past 7 years. So click that link, sign up, and you guys can get 50% off by using code TRADER. So sign up. I think there's 3 or 2 spots left for that code. So sign up before it expires, and let's jump into this. But before we do, let's have a quick word from our sponsor, which is the broker that we've been using for the past 7 years. I know a lot of you are just getting started with investing, and one app that I've been using is called Moomoo. It's super beginner friendly, but still gives you pro level tools like live market data, easy to read charts, and news all in one place. And the best part, new users can get up to 60 free stocks when you open up an account with qualifying deposit. And honestly, that's actually why I tried it. And I've been using it ever since. Check out the link down below if you guys are curious. And it's Moomoo. So if you guys want to sign up, you guys can get up to 60 free stock just by signing up. So click that link, sign up, and now let's kind of dive into this. So the first thing I always do with my trading routine is I actually look at positions that we're holding here. So as you guys can see, we're holding Amazon, Berkshire Hathaway, we're holding Alphabet, also known as Google. We hold MAGS, which is the Magnificent 7 ETF. We have Meta, we got Nvidia, we got OGS here, which is kind of like almost, I think we're up like $85 on this trade. Nothing too crazy. A little breakout here, entry at like the 72.80 mark. It's at 73. So nothing too crazy on this one. We got QQQ, we got Tesla, we got Visa, and we got VU. So with all of these plays here, we're really only, swing trading per se, about 2 of them. The rest of them are positions that we took when the market got absolutely obliterated. And I was telling everybody to invest and to buy during those times. And we took massive opportunity picking up some shares of all these companies. But one of the 2 that we're swing trading is Tesla. So let's kind of talk about the approach we have with this one here. You guys can see the heavy amount of support here on that white line. Hits it, and we have so many tendencies of getting a lot of buying pressure on it, right? Hits it, we got buying pressure, we got buying pressure. We got a lot, as you guys can see. So ideally, you want to buy when there's some sort of support level. Okay. You also want to look at other indicators like the RSI, which was trading for about a 40, which the last time it was trading for a 40 was back in this range where we saw a good move. Previous to that was in here where we saw that good move. So you want to look at trends, supports, and RSIs right off the get-go. And then what I do to determine should I invest or should I trade or whatever it is I look at a lower time frame like the hourly or 4-hourly chart. Doing this will help me kind of dial in on the breakout approach or some sort of approach that I'm looking at. And I can use other indicators like moving average lines, MACDs to determine good entry points and breakouts. So going to that hourly point here, you guys can see that it was really just kind of selling off like crazy. It hit that line several times and it just had a lot of selling pressure there. So you guys can see it hits it, selling pressure, selling pressure, selling pressure. It just had a very hard time breaking above it. So what we did is we threw an alert above that. So we got in near and around the 31 area, 31, I want to say 90. Entering there, keeping our stop loss below the lower wicks down in here at like the 290 area for a possible push all the way up to highs at about 359 gives about a 5-to-1 risk and reward, which is really, really good because really I'm risking $1 essentially to make upwards of $5, which is nice. So now as the stock here this week continues to rally its way up, we're just going to continue to move our stop loss up and up and up. So if it dips down below like that 319 area, we're just going to cover profit and move on to other opportunity. We're already up handsomely, well over like $1,200 off this trade. So we're just doing really, really well. We're holding this and we're just going to continue to see what happens with it. But overall, very, very happy with that trade. We kind of covered OGS with this, with the kind of the approach that we had was very similar to Tesla. You guys can see just the heavy amount of support that this stock has, right? If you guys look at that green line, it hits it several times, establishes good buying pressure. It hit it here at about 71, popped up, got in at like the 72.80 mark, squeezed up to about 74, which looking back in hindsight, we should have kind of covered there, but not a big deal. And we're just continuing to hold and see if this thing can push up. And if it dips down below that yellow trend line, we're just going to cover profit. But you guys can see looking at like that MACD, great crossover right here where we have that orange line break up through that blue line. We got the RSI here on the daily performing very, very well at about a 36. So there's a lot of indicators in our favor, but for this week, we're just going to continue to hold and see if we can get some push up to, I would love to see it hit like 76 to 77, but nothing's for certain for sure. So all right, let's kind of look at some opportunity. A lot of these other plays, like I said, are positions that we took. We're just continuing to hold because we have no incentive to sell. But all right, looking at some of these here, if we go to like that daily time frame, you guys can see that we have a bunch of support here, and we do have a nice little trend line. So a trend line is probably one of the most important things a new trader should be drawing out. So you guys can see just the recent tendencies of getting a lot of buying pressure here. So hits it, buying pressure, buying pressure, buying pressure. Recently sold off from 22 to 20. So the thought process could be to enter at 20 for a push up to 22. But going to that hourly time frame, you guys can see it's kind of just stair stepping its way down. Huge sell off due to bad earnings. So right now we're just going to continue to watch that trend play out and see if there's a move going up. We got AR here going to that that daily time frame with AR. You guys can see it's really hitting that 200-day moving average line, which is just that red line where we get natural tendencies of getting a lot of buying pressure there. So you guys can see in the past, it hit it. Let's go ahead and make this a little thicker. Hit it there. We also saw it hit in here with some good buying pressure. So recently sold off down to that level. We got a move going up, but it really didn't explode up. It kind of is doing what it did in here where it's almost consolidating. So really now as we go to like that other time frame, like the hourly, it's honestly just kind of riding on this little trend, what looks like right here. So we'll just continue to hold. We'll throw an alert above 37 for a breakout there. And if it pops up, then we could possibly look at a good entry point. But right now it's not too bad. We got CAH, very similar here. Huge sell-off here. If we go ahead and we look at like, let's go ahead and remove like the pre-market and after hours so you guys can see it a little better on this one. So you guys can see just that nice little trend line right here. If we go ahead and we draw it out, we can go like right there, something like that there. We'll throw an alert above 160. So if it pops up above that, but yeah, this one looks pretty well. Looking at that daily time frame, good upward trend. It's also hitting that yellow line, which is that 50-day EMA line. So we'll just see if it hits it as support like it's done in the past. We got RVSB, very similar approach, hitting that 200-day moving average line. We got SSRM, which is another 50-day moving average line. And then we got TBRG, which is just a huge breakout waiting to happen. As you guys can see, just that general downward trend, but we still have that good long-term upward trend. So we're just going to continue to see if we're going to get a push above like that 2364 area. If we can get a move going above there, we got a lot of good indication of a possible breakout out of there. So that's what a lot of being a trader is being prepared, throwing alerts, right? Understanding if the stock does one thing, what are you going to do? If it does another thing, what are you going to do? And I think this is why a lot of traders don't make it in the world of trading, is they don't put in the hours after market, pre-market, or on weekends to plan out and have a good solid trading routine. So guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. Like, follow, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and take care.